RBT. Is that a person?
Oh, you guys know exactly who this is. Oh, he's back to conduct some more science here today on the channel. Mr. Bubbles, he has one thing to say to you guys, and that is the fact that I'm so happy. But yes, today back again with another Madden 20 experiment, and today has something to do with the game that's coming up this upcoming weekend on Sunday. There's some little game called the Super Bowl. Kansas City Chiefs versus San Francisco 49ers. Arguably, or pretty much unanimously, the best offense in the league in the Kansas City Chiefs and the best defense in the league in the San Francisco 49ers. But what if you conducted a scientific experiment and morphed/combined those two teams into one super mega squad? If the best players from both teams was put together, would they go 16-0 and win the Super Bowl? How good would that team actually be? And thanks to Mr. Bubbles and thanks to science, today we will find it out how good these two teams would be if they combined into one. Now, logically speaking, they of course should be able to make it to the Super Bowl because it's the two teams that made the Super Bowl and you take their best players into one. Obviously, they should win the Super Bowl, but it's Madden 20. Things are stupid. It'll just be interesting nonetheless to see how good this team would actually be. So with that said, hopefully guys do enjoy today's Madden 20 experiment. And if you do, make sure to smash that like button. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because once we do hit 500k subscribers, if we can do that by the end of February, we are going to be doing a $1,000 cash giveaway for one of you guys, only open to my subscribers. So make sure to take that millisecond that it does take to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Also, very important as well, I actually have the awesome opportunity this Friday to sit down with Troy Polamalu. Yes, Troy Polamalu, the all-time great safety for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm sitting down and recording a questions and answers video with them. So if you guys have any questions that you do want me to ask Troy on Friday, leave those questions in the comment section below. Can we be picking out the best questions to ask him for the video on Friday? Now with that said, my dudes, first thing we do have to do is go over today's roster. Now, as you see, the team is pretty freaking good. 90 overall team, 91 offense, and 89 defense. Why we picked the Chiefs? Because we had to pick one of the teams. It was just randomly chosen that we picked the Chiefs to use as the base team. Now, looking into the depth chart, what we are going to do, obviously, if you guys are unfamiliar with the experiment, we're going to send the season and see how well the team actually does. Now, there is a problem with the roster, and I'll highlight it once we get there, but obviously, Patrick Mahomes is going to be the starting quarterback. He's a 99 overall, Jimmy G behind him as the backup at an 85 overall. Now, the running back position is where we have a problem. Tevin Coleman's the starter at an 83 overall, and this is all depending on how the overalls were in Madden 20. Damian Williams is the backup, Matt Breida back there, and Darrell Williams. You might be asking, where's Raheem Mostert? Dude, I have no idea what happened to him. I started this franchise, and he's nowhere in the franchise. He's not a free agent. He didn't get traded to another team. He didn't get signed by another team. He just freaking disappeared. So unfortunately, there's no Raheem Mostert today. I don't know what happened there. But at least we do have Tevin Coleman, Damian Williams, and Matt Breida. Now, the fullback position, we do have Kyle Juszczyk, arguably the best fullback in the entirety of the NFL, coming in at an 86 overall. Now, wide receiver, it's stacked. When you have Tyreek Hill, Emmanuel Sanders, Sammy Watkins, Deebo Samuel, who I believe is vastly overrated, or underrated here rather, at 79 overall, and Mecole Hardman at a 75. Now at tight end, oh my god. Like, Patrick Mahomes is already spoiled with his targets in real life. You add George Kittle to that wide receiver or tight end target list. Also, you add in guys like Deebo Samuel, Emmanuel Sanders. Patrick Mahomes better win the MVP. He should throw for like 5,000 yards. This team should go 16-0. If they don't go 16-0, there's a big problem with Madden 20. But anyways, George Kittle and Travis Kelce. Actually, tomorrow I have a video coming out, a team of Travis Kelce versus a team of George Kittle. So make sure to be looking out for that. But it's just ridiculous how good these two tight ends are. Now moving on to the offensive line, pretty good as well. At left tackle, the veteran Joe Staley coming in at an 88. At left guard, we do have Laurent Duvernay-Tardif at a 79 overall. At center, we do have Bing Garland, who is not that good of a center, but still 67 overall. He's the starter today. At right guard, we have Mike Person at a 76, and at right tackle, we have Mitchell Schwartz at a 93 overall. So all in all, in terms of the average of the offensive line, it's not bad at all. It's pretty freaking good. Now moving on to this team's defense, which is mainly going to consist of 49ers, but still, it's an insane defense. That offense was insane. The defense might actually be better than what the offense is. At left end, we do have Eric Armstead with D Ford backing him up. He's not even a starter on this defense. Now at right end, we have Nick Bosa and Frank Clark. Once again, he's a freaking backup, which is insane. At D tackle, Chris Jones, DeForest Buckner, Derek Nottie, and Mike Pennell Jr. Now, this linebacker core also is insane. Quan Alexander on the left side, 82 overall. Reggie Ragland behind him. On the inside, we have Fred Warner, 87 overall, been a breakout star this year at 87. Behind him, Anthony Hitchens. On the right side of the linebacker core, we have Dree Greenlaw at a 75, and Darren Lee behind him at a 74 overall. Now, in this team's secondary at corner, Richard Sherman at a 95, Kendall Fuller at an 87, Quan Williams at a 76, and Charvarius Ward at a 76. Also, Morris Claiborne back there as well at a 75 overall. Free safety, we have Jamie Ward from the Niners at an 82, Jordan Lucas behind him, a strong safety, Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, captain of this defense, 91 overall, with Jaquiski Tart behind him at an 81, which is crazy. I just realized this today. One of my friends told me. I know you probably don't care, but Jimmy Ward and Jaquiski Tart both played for the same high school team that is like 10 minutes for me. So they're both starting safeties for the 49ers in the Super Bowl, and they played on the same team at the same time, both at the safety positions at the same high school, 5 minutes from me. It's one of my high school rivals, so that was interesting nonetheless. Now, kicker, we have Harrison Butker, and at punter, we have Dustin Colquitt. Kick returner is going to be McCole Hardman, and punt returner is also going to be, actually, it's going to be Tyreek Hill. To this team, like I said, logically speaking, both these teams made it to the Super Bowl in real life, so if you take their best players and make them into one team, they should make the Super Bowl. Once again, Madden 20 is a stupid game, so you never know what could happen. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the playoffs and see this team should go 16-0. Let me know your prediction, how you think this team's going to do throughout the regular season. I'm going to say 14-2 just because Madden's stupid. So the team actually lost 4 games. Are you kidding me, Madden 20? So they don't even get a first round bye. They have to play in the wild card round at home against the LA Chargers. But what the heck? So you're telling me the 2 best teams in the league, the NFC champions and the AFC champions, into one team can't even get a first round bye? Like, come on, Madden. But they do go 12-4, and them winning the Super Bowl isn't out of the question yet, although it's going to be a little bit harder than what it should be. Team comes in at a 91 overall at the end of the year, 92 offense, 91 defense. Let's check out really quick, see if there's any big upgrades throughout this season. Maybe at the running back position, Tevin Coleman up to an 85. You have Tyreek Hill up to a 99, Sanders up to a 90, Deebo Samuel up to an 81, Sammy Watkins up to an 81, Joe Staley up to a 90 overall, center still sucks, right tackle Mitchell Schwartz up to a 94, George Kittle up to a 99, and Travis Kelce stays at a 97. Probably didn't get much playing time, which he should have, knowing like how good those 2 tight ends are. On the defensive side of things, Fred Warner up to a 90 overall, Jimmy Ward, I think, stayed the same. Tyrann Mathieu, I believe, stayed the same. Nick Bosa up to a 90. Chris Jones, I think, went up by 1 overall. And the secondary, I think Richard Sherman went up by 1. And that was really it. Now, what team had a better freaking record than the Kansas City Chiefs? Now, the Chargers, how did they make the playoffs? Best record in the league goes to the Ravens. So, according to Madden 20, the Ravens are better than the 49ers and the Chiefs combined into one. And according to Madden 20 as well, the Cowboys are just as good, as is the Patriots. Panthers go 11-5, the Browns go 11-5, so that should just go ahead and discredit the entire video right here. Eagles go 10-5, Chargers make the playoffs. My Tennessee Titans apparently didn't do too well, 7-8-1 in the year. Worst record in the league ends up going to the Miami Dolphins. Now, the San Francisco 49ers, they also went 3-13. So apparently, according to Madden 20, the 49ers are on par with the Dolphins and Jets, but that's if the 49ers lost all of their best players. Now, time to check out this year's statistics. We had the 3rd best offense in the NFL. And defensively, we had, I think when it doesn't say anything, it means we had the best defense. But how did this team with Patrick Mahomes, you have Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, and they still didn't have the best offense in the league? Now, Patrick Mahomes, of course, I expected that. He did win the MVP. Drew Brees up there. Any real shockers? Jacoby Brissett comes in 5th place. Lamar all the way down in 6th. Tom Brady's up there. Mitch Trubisky comes in 10th. Now, Coach of the Year, that's going to go to John Harbaugh. Poor Mr. Bubbles came in 4th. 4,600 yards, 36 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. I expected a little bit more. I mean, obviously, that's a great year, but still, with the weapons that he had, I expected it to have like 45 touchdowns, 5,000 yards. Now, running the football, I mean, a lot of touchdowns, but not that much productivity, like yardage-wise. Tevin Coleman led the team 771 yards, 11 touchdowns, and Damian Williams had 11 touchdowns as well. Patrick Mahomes added with 5 TDs on the ground. Now, catching the football, Tyreek Hill, the only 1,000-yard receiver, 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. Travis Kelce, although he was in the number 2 tight end slot, had more yards and more touchdowns than George Kittle, had 12 touchdowns through the year. George Kittle had 10. So what productivity from the 2 tight ends on the team. Now, defensively, Fred Warner led the team with 104 total tackles. Most sacks goes to Nick Bosa, the rookie, with 8, and Chris Jones with 7. We had somebody with 6 picks. Fred Warner with 6, and Kendall Fuller with 5. Let's see what teams actually beat us throughout the regular season. We lost to the Texans, we lost to the Patriots, Bears, and Chargers. So this team, going into the playoffs, has lost 3 out of the last 4 games. We just lost to the Chargers at home in Week 17, and crazy enough, that's who we play this week. So this would be so embarrassing if we lose to the Chargers in the wild card round with the 2 teams that made the Super Bowl in real life combined into 1. And at the end of the day, we do get a 10-point win, 34-24. Now we have to go through New England and beat the New England Patriots in Foxborough. We can upgrade a few players, so might as well get his... Oh, George Kittle's going to go up to a 99 overall without even the morale boost. So even George Kittle, even though there wasn't much room for improvement, he did improve. So the team's better now. Can they beat Tom Brady and the New England Patriots and advance into the AFC Championship game? And they do, 38-23. Now they have to beat the Browns. Home field advantage. We have more upgrades that we can do right here. Quan Alexander, the only player to upgrade. Now, if after all this we lose 1 game before the Super Bowl and it's to the Cleveland Browns, I am going to laugh. I'm going to laugh in the face of EA Sports, and of course they do win. A huge win, 41-7. And this team does advance into Super Bowl 54, although be it not as easy as what I expected. The 12-4 Cowboys, the 12-4 Kansas City Chiefs / San Francisco 49ers, Patrick Mahomes upgrades to a 100 overall. Although I don't even know if you can actually upgrade a 99 overall. But anyways, with that said, my dudes, can this team get it done? They should, rightfully so, win Super Bowl 54 in the moment of truth. Yes, the team does grab the dub, 28-17. But at the end of the day, it was a little bit more difficult than anticipated. But Madden and EA Sports got away with it. I mean, they still look dumb after this team lost 4 games in the regular season, but Mr. Bubbles says it could have been a lot worse.